WFM 91.7.
Good afternoon and welcome to The Big Question on the BFM 91.7. This is Nigeria's first and only radio station for women and their families. Today is Friday, the 10th day in the month of March 2023. How are you today? My name is Blessing Awetu, and this is where I get to welcome you to The Big Question. The Big Question on Women Radio, WFM 91.7, is a program where we discuss and prefer solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. The Big Question is broadcast on weekdays at 12:05 p.m. You can join the conversation by calling 07000 917 917. You can also send a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app, the BFM 917. You can also send in your contributions to our social media platforms, the BFM 917. Today on The Big Question, we will be discussing leveraging technology for women's health. The lack of investment in women's health is a major challenge in achieving health equity. A bigger challenge is the low number of women working in the technology industry. So it tells on the kind of innovations we see in the tech space. And there is a need for more women to get into the digital space. That is why today we're looking at how technology can be used to increase women's accessibility to healthcare providers and services. My guest for today is Dr. Ifunanya Igweze, the founder, Pregivi, and she will be speaking to us on leveraging technology for women's health. Good to have you on the show today, Dr. Ifunanya.
Yeah, thank you very much, Blessing, for having me.
How are you doing today?
I feel good. Thank you.
All right, very well, thank you. Good to have you on the show anyways.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about, let's delve into the conversation, and I would like to start this way. How have you been able to evolve into the usage of technology towards providing healthcare services for women?
Okay, thank you, Blessing, for having me on the show. Thank you to the station. I think this is my third time being here, and that's always been an awesome experience every time I'm here. So before I answer this question, I would want to paint a background scenario of what the current maternal care in Nigeria and by extension Africa looks like, because if we start talking about technology, people may not understand where we are and where we are trying to move it to. Okay, so currently maternal care in Nigeria is in such a way that every pregnant woman is classified as a pregnant woman. Even though in the hospital as doctors, we classify pregnant women into what we call low risk, people that after assessment we have said, okay, this pregnancy is unlikely to have problem to the end. Okay. And then there are people that from the beginning, you know that these people are high risk. So you need to be careful with them. They need to be under the care of a specialist from the beginning of their pregnancy. But outside these classifications, we do not consider other areas of women's life while classifying them as pregnant women. For instance, if women are classified just based on their health condition, it does not picture what their social life looks like, because our realities are not the same.
Of course.
For instance, if Blessing, who works in a radio station or Women FM, goes to work at 4 a.m. in the morning, or sometimes she has to be there in the night, and then she has to go home. She has a lot of responsibilities. And another woman too, who is also a banker with the same busy schedule, or a top executive, is pregnant. There's this other woman on the right side who is just maybe a stay-at-home mom and has control over her life, or who just manages a small-scale business and she has control over her life. These two people, if they are pregnant, their realities are not the same. While the women on the left, who are top executives and 9 to 5 and they are busy, may not have control over their time and assess the traditional care that we are currently offering in the hospital, the women on the left and the right side who are maybe stay-at-home moms or who are managing small-scale businesses will be able to make out time to go for such care.
Sure.
So this is where the problem started, because you see women, for instance, I love telling stories. In 2021, when I was working in a hospital here in Lagos State, there is this patient that I had. She booked for antenatal, but she disappeared afterwards. We kept calling her and she wasn't showing up. And at the end of the day, she assumed that her pregnancy was moving on fine because she was not having headache, she was not vomiting. So she assumed the pregnancy was okay until she got to 38 weeks, which is almost 10. Which is 10, not almost 10, which is 10. And she's still bleeding, and they brought her to the hospital. And when she came in, found out that her BP was so high, there was protein in her urine, her placenta had separated from the normal place it's supposed to be, and she's still bleeding, and the baby was dead already. Okay. She had a cesarean section at the end of the day, and she lost the pregnancy, and her life was like they were even fighting for her life. So you see that these women, when I engaged that, she said that she was busy, that she had works to do, she thought everything was okay. So that was the starting point for me. So think about this. There are other instances that also happened, and it got me thinking, what can we do? The traditional way that maternal care is being offered was done when women were stay-at-home moms. They were just married to produce children, take care of children. Is this what I want to do in my husband's place? Everything is about marriage and childcare. Time has changed, and we need to change with time. We cannot be talking about digital era and every other aspect of our lives is moving on with the digital era except maternal care. So if women are getting into executive positions, taking up businesses, and are expected to travel for business, go for business meetings, fight for promotion like their male counterpart, we need to make the maternal care that we offer them more convenient for them to access. Because if we don't do it, it's going to make them to either neglect their lives or the maternal care or lose their job. So this was a turning point for me to think, okay, if Mohammed cannot go to mountain, can mountain go to Mohammed? And then it says, okay, what are the aspects of this pregnancy care that does not necessarily require these women to come to the hospital? Take, for instance, the antenatal teaching, the teaching they get about pregnancy. These women, they don't have time to even drive from traffic to the hospital, then waiting time, sit down for an hour to listen to teaching before they now go and see the doctor. The day they come, they don't jump in, see the doctor. Once you examine them, they are off. So how would they have access to such teachings? And these teachings can be done with digital tools on simple platform, as simple as WhatsApp is. These teachings can be done there. For WhatsApp 35, these teachings can be done at basic level, where people that are not even techie can have access to it. A lot of people listen to podcasts when they are going to work,
of course,
they are driving. So why can't we convert these things to such audios where these women can listen to it?
Wow.
And then for us here, instead of saying, okay, you can just go to a random podcast and listen, we have a back-end access and support for these women so that if they listen to these weekly teachings, they can now come back and say, oh, I've listened to these teachings at my community and I have a question. And there is a medical professional in their support group.
To ask?
Yeah, who is there to answer their questions, clarify, give them clarifications, and it empowers them. So just last year, when we started Nili, a woman lost her pregnancy at 36 weeks because she was stooling and vomiting. Just because she was stooling, but she did not know what to do. She thought it was normal situation before she lost that pregnancy. These are things that we teach basic in the class. If you are stooling, this is what you will do. And we don't record such things. So this is is the need for women to be safer during pregnancy, because we find out that complications in pregnancy and pregnancy-related death is now creeping into the affluent society. It's no longer things of people in the underserved community. It's now creeping into the population of women who are financially independent and they are educated. So we need to nip it in the bud, and the only way to do that is to integrate technology into the current care that we give to women.
All right, so can you now say that so far since you started this journey, can you say that the usage of technology have helped you actualize these dreams?
Yes, I can give a capital yes to this because we have recorded tremendous success at Edify very well. And it has also helped us to, you see, our women, the kind of confidence they have when they are going through their pregnancy. In fact, one of them came back one day and said, "Hey, doctor, I won gift in the hospital." And I said, "What happened?" She said during their classes, when she went for antenatal, they asked them question about forced labor. And she called the medical term for it, bursting his contraction, and explained it to the doctor. And the doctor was marveled and gave her money.
Wow. And
asked her where she learned it. She now said it was in her online class. And so it helps us to achieve that safety that we want them. Okay, if you are having this, please, some of them, they don't know even when things are serious. So it helps them to call in and say, "I'm having this, so is this something serious or is this something we can support online?" We help them to prioritize what goes into the hospital, and trust me, we have achieved this so that they don't assume things at home. So our platform has been able to help them to have access to a qualified medical healthcare provider who is readily available to them at any time. To ask questions, to get clarification, and we have recorded above 98% success. I'm removing that 2% for obvious reasons. Above 98% success rate in our community through this.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on the show this morning, Dr. Ifunanya Igweze, the founder of Pregify. And yes, we are talking about leveraging technology for women's health. If you are just joining us, you're listening to The Big Question. The Big Question is a program where we discuss and prefer solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. The Big Question is broadcast on weekdays at 12:05 p.m. You can join the conversation by calling 07000 917 917. You can also send a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Log on to our website www.wfm917.com. Download the mobile app WFM917 to be a part of the conversation. Today on The Big Question, the conversation is centered on leveraging technology for women's health. And my guest for today is Dr. Ifunanya Igweze, the founder of Pregify. And yes, we are together on the show. My name is Blessed Agbeito. Now, Dr. Ifunanya, I would like to ask you, you've mentioned some of the cases you've treated. You've given me testimonies about how the women feel about the usage of this technology you're talking about to enhance mental health, maternal health, and what have you. Now, with the women you have engaged, do you think women understand the access technology gives them to access these services?
Yes, definitely. I believe they do, because you know that these services don't come to them for free. So for someone to, the way the economy is, for someone to pull out money from their monthly payment to subscribe to a service like this, it means that they understand the importance, the value of what they get, because you know, they say time is money, and now these women, they're using money to buy time, to cut short the number of times they go to the hospital, So I believe they understand the kind of value that these things brings to them. This confidence that comes that if you have problem at 12 a.m., there's a doctor waiting to answer your question. If you have any worries at 3 a.m., there's a doctor here to answer your questions. If you have questions that due to time constraint. Our hospitals are overpowered. The manpower is low due to the trend that we are into. So sometimes they don't have that enough time to discuss everything they want to discuss in the hospital, in the physical hospital with their doctor. So they have this leverage to come to us to discuss this at length and ask questions that they wouldn't have had time to do in the hospital because, so many people are waiting to see the same doctor and there are time allocation for it. So they understand this. And even as far as some women who are very busy understand that you can actually log onto our platform and book for you can get your tetanus injection at home. We can refill your drugs at home. If you have emergency, you can get your emergency services at home. So they understand the assets they have, and I believe that they understand the depths of the value. That's why they are paying for it.
They understand the depths of the value. That is why they are paying for it. All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on that one. And I'm going to also ask you, do you think this technology we're talking about, being in your house and being delivered drugs at the comfort of your home and all of that, do you think it has to a great extent contribute to women's health, to the progress or the betterment of women's health?
Yes, I believe that. For us to be investing our time, our skill, and always brainstorming on better ways to save these women is because we want a better outcome for them. So it has greatly influenced their pregnancy journey and the outcome. So things that they would have lived in assumption and say it is A, instead why it is B. Our platform has helped them to clarify what exactly it is. And due to our prompt interventions, it has also helped these women to avert obvious dangers. There are instances where these women call in and say they are preparing for work and they just took their birth and they just notice that they have blood stains or something, and then but they'll tell you, okay, so I want to get to my workplace and after work I'll go and see a doctor. If they don't have that platform for them to shake in with a healthcare provider on our platform, so talk about this situation, they will assume that this is because they must have had their neighbor who will say, I had it, don't worry, just go. They will not know that their own case is different. It might be something to so we help them to prioritize this, and you see that the outcome became better. So instead of in the evening, they will now come and go to us and they say, madam, why didn't you come since morning? The healthcare providers on our platform help them to prioritize this. No, this one, you cannot keep it till evening. This is what you need to do now. Or they stay tuning in the morning. Instead of them to say, okay, let me just go to work. If it doesn't stop, I'll go to the hospital. Our platform helps them to say, okay, if you don't need to go to the hospital, you can actually start this at home and take it to your office. And at the end of the day, trust me, it resolves. It won't even take them to the hospital. Unlike when they just go out like that, ignorantly, moving about, and then run into trouble. So it has improved their maternal outcome, like I said. And our maternal, we have not recorded any complications. Even women that are in our group that were classified high risk by their hospitals, the outcome has been beautiful. There are instances where we call those hospitals. We are even co-teaching hospitals from this Lagos as far back as Southeast to talk with them on how best we can manage the client that we are co-managing. We have called people have discussed with hospitals outside the country. We have clients in Niger Republic, Ghana, UK, Canada, US, UK, other countries. So it's a game changer. Let me just say it's a game changer, and it has given us a positive impact and outcome on women's health.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on the show today. This is 26 minutes gone past 12 from the side of the road. If you are just joining us, you're listening to The Big Question on the BFM 91.7. My name is Blessing Agbeto, and my guest for today is Dr. Ifunanya. And where we're discussing on leveraging technology for women's health. Now, Dr. Ifunanya, I would like to also ask you this one. How well have you been able to reach out to women through your platform? Would you say that you've been able to reach out to a large number of women as we speak?
So 25 started last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have not even done an anniversary, so to say, but in the couple of months that we have worked, we have been able to reach out to a little above 1,000 women.
Wow.
Yes, and both within Nigeria and we have serviced women in about Nigeria, Ghana, Niger Republic, Canada, UK, US. So we're able to get across women in at least 7 countries. And there's one peculiar thing that you will want to understand is that women, irrespective of where they are, have the same need to access convenient care, because the healthcare system in Nigeria is not perfect. The same is the healthcare system in other countries. Okay, so it's not like women, for instance, people that live in Nigeria, the Japan trend are going to other countries. When they go there, they don't have healthcare providers flocking around them. Okay, what do you need? Do you want us to do this one for you? No, they also struggle to access care in those places, especially if it is not an emergency. So you see these women still leveraging on technology to break the barrier in accessing care that they are able to access on our platform. So we have been able to reach quite a number and recorded tremendous. For me, even though we are trying to reach as much women as possible, we are also looking at the outcome. What exactly are we offering these women? What the feedback we are getting from them? What is their response? What is their user experience? What is the outcome? Are we recording positive results? Not just about showing out numbers. Are we recording positive results, or are we just pretending to be doing things while we know that we are not doing what we are meant to do? So for me, we have the number and we are also having the results, and these women, from their feedback, blind surveys that we do in the group, from feedbacks from people that have used the group and that delivered, they were even go as length as doing a live video with their faces, things that they're not common among women. They do it to give review about the services. So for me, it's the number, and then the positive impact that we're also making.
All right, thank you very much for your thoughts on the show today. Just before we wrap up on the show, I would also like to ask you, what do you suggest we do as a society for more of such innovations like yours, and how can we achieve this?
Okay, so first of all, I want to say that the essence of technology integration in healthcare is not to change the fundamental care that women receive, so that the people that, because we that are in the digital space, there are doctors that are dedicated to the physical hospital. So they don't get it wrong, like saying technology is coming to take over the job. No, we're not saying that. We are saying that technology is going to make the care that these women are receiving more efficient and more accessible. And it's also have to decongest the hospital, so that those women who are high risk, that really need to see a doctor in the physical setting every time, will have access to these doctors. So that those ones that we can sort outside don't come to the hospital, and also contribute to the large number of people waiting in the hospital to see a particular doctor, so that the clinic can also maximize their manpower. So for me, I beckon on both the governments, the private sectors, individuals to embrace this change that is coming in, because it's going to be for the betterment of everyone. Last year, the country experienced flooding in some part of the country, and some of these places that were flooded, we see hospitals submerged in water. These hospitals, when you look at those pictures that were posted online, you see that patients' case notes were also submerged in water, and some of these patients were pregnant women. Have you ever sat down one day and said, these women, where is their record? How did they continue their journey in another hospitals? What provision did the government make to have these women to access care in other hospitals? What is the continuation of care that they will receive when their histories is lost? So you see that the government needs to step in to bring in more electronic recording and tools to help to keep maternal health care data in Nigeria, so that even if a woman, for instance, at 25, we have a pregnancy logbook where women document events that happen during their pregnancy. So this logbook is electronically, so it helps them to store their data, so that in subsequent pregnancies, with time, we'll have even a system where this document, at the end of each pregnancy, will summarize significant events that occur in this pregnancy, so that in subsequent pregnancy, wherever they are, whether they're in Nigeria or outside the country, or they're in a new hospital, the doctor can easily log into their platform and see that, okay, this is the summary of your previous pregnancy. You had hypertension, you had diabetes, this was how it was managed, or you lost your previous pregnancy because of uncontrolled hypertension. So it's helped them to plan ahead of time for the current pregnancy that the woman is carrying. So this system is here to stay, and is going to influence maternal care positively, and I beckon on government, everyone to embrace it, even the women to embrace it and understand that these things are here to make their lives easier.
All right, thank you very, very much, Dr. Ifunanya, for being a part of the conversation to you. I mean, we called you and you heard us. Thank you very much for coming on the show today.
It's my pleasure.
All right.
Always.
All right, do well to enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you so much, Blessing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. That was Dr. Ifunanya. And yes, we had a short time on the show. She has been able to enlighten us on the use of technology for the betterment of women's health. And I really hope that we've been able to pick one or two things from the conversation today. Thank you very much once again, Dr. Ifunanya Igweze, the founder, Pregify. And yes, you have enlightened us about how you're making an impact in the society, how you have contributed to the betterment of women's mental health and, of course, to maternal health in general. Thank you once again for being a part of the conversation. And yes, I would also like to say a very big thank you to you for staying tuned to your radio from about 12 until now. So thank you very much. Thanks to the producer of the show, Esther Alaribe. And of course, thanks to the executive producer, Tomo Kewale Shunaya. The Big Question is a program where we discuss and provide solutions to issues affecting us as a nation and as citizens. Remember that conversations like this don't usually end here. We must continue to raise awareness on issues, continue to speak about the problem, and most importantly, provide solutions to it. Remember to continue to be a patriotic Nigerian anywhere and everywhere you find yourself. My name is Blessing Ameto. Good afternoon.